Bad luck number 13.
It's funny, somebody on the track said, "Oh, good luck number 13."
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Well, I mean,
sounds good.
It was decent luck for the most part, right?
I got second place.
Second place is pretty good.
I'm pretty happy about it.
You should.
So, this
How many
one was,
people were in it?
Probably like 30.
And
it was a pretty big race.
And
this
what was the category?
This was an open category, so this was pretty much anybody. But it's
Was it money race?
It's considered endurance.
Did
It
you-
wasn't money.
Oh.
No, it was considered an endurance race. So they had 1 lap, 2 lap, and 3 lap. 3 lap would have been pretty much 40 miles. And I'm not cut out for that. So I did 1 lap, which was 14 miles. And that's still like probably one of the longer mountain bike rides I've ever done in my life, let alone doing it while your heart rate is higher than it's ever been. So I pretty much went an hour and 21 minutes breathing like the whole entire
that's
time.
a lot, man. So you had a little bit of bad luck, though, on the course?
I flipped the bars. I absolutely flipped the bars.
What's the damage? Is there anything that's
basically my front brake lever didn't break or anything. It just pushed back, so that was fine.
Good. That would have been bad if it broke.
But I finally got back on the bike after, and I went to go reach for it, and I'm like, did it break off? And I was like, oh,
how
that
did you
feels
move
weird.
it into place?
What do you mean? I just left
Oh, you left it.
Oh, I just
okay,
left
so that's
it.
not too bad. At least it's
No,
like,
that's where it was, so I just left it.
Okay, at least it's not too far.
But when I
off,
first went to go
compared
grab
this
it, I'm like,
it's not what you
oh, that's not
expected.
good. But yeah, I went. There was a stream and all these rocks, and the front wheel just dipped right in, and it was just slow motion. I had nothing I could do, and I'm like, oh no. So I just threw my hands down and just ate it on the rocks.
Do you think if you had a nicer pair of cranks, you would have prevented you from doing that, or what?
No, see, I think it helped because these are a little heavier.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't let the back end fly up as fast. You know, if they were lighter.
Well, as long as you believe it's the case. So far, what places have you gotten your mountain bike races so far?
Mountain bike racing was second, first, second.
That's pretty impressive.
Yep. And then
so when they see you there, are you becoming a threat on the line? Do they know who you are yet?
I think people are recognizing me.
You think so?
Yeah. There's a couple dudes who I don't think they know my name or anything.
Yeah.
But this one guy, every race I've seen him at, he's like, yo, you even ride that bike? It looks too clean. Every single time.
Every time.
Every time. And like, it's funny because he's always in like the endurance category, so he's always on the course. And I'll see him in the most random spots in the forest. He's like, yo, get some mud on that bike every single time. So I'm like, giving him thumbs up. But yeah, I think people are starting to recognize I've probably got the brightest bike out there, honestly.
Does anybody else have this bike?
I think this is the most popular frame.
So the frame itself, but
Most
colorway
popular.
though?
Colorway, I think I've seen like 1 or 2.
Okay, so there's
But
a couple of them.
everyone has this frame.
It's a nice frame, right?
Absolutely beautiful.
Does the job.
I love it. But yeah, I think I'm starting to get out there. I'm racing Category 1 next weekend though.
So what's the next weekend race?
Next weekend is part of the Mass Series, so it's the Mid-Atlantic Super Series. And this one's French Creek Cross Country.
Where's it at?
French Creek, Pennsylvania.
Is it far from here?
It's going to be like an hour and a half. So
That's not bad.
It's not too bad, but that's going to be my first Category 1 race.
And how long is that race?
It's like 22 miles. I'm done. I am done. But I want to be in a fighting position. I don't want to be in first or second place anymore.
Why?
I want to be from the back so I can learn from the guys in front of me and realize what I suck at.
That's like a really big oxymoron of a thing, I'd say. I mean, like if you're getting first and second right now,
I'm doing first
like,
and second in like
you're clearly doing
like
all right.
A more like, I guess it's like a more like hobby group where I want to get a little bit more into like the sport group. Like,
so you want to see Category 1?
I want to see Category 1
good
so I
racers.
know like these dudes really do this as like this is their thing. This is what they do. It's not just like a weekend warrior kind of thing. Like these dudes ride mountain bikes religiously. I want to see what that looks like, and I want to chase people down to try and like get faster. I feel like it's hard to get faster if you're just like up front for a lot of time, or I don't even see people in the woods, so it's like hard. And that's not saying I'm in first by so much. Like today I was in second place for 8 or 9 miles, just by myself. So I want to be like behind the group in a way so I could just see what
So you're looking
like.
forward to going against really, really fast guys.
Yeah,
hopefully.
yeah. This is all learning process.
Cool.
So it's going to be a gnarly race.
Do you think? Are you scared that you're going to be in Category 1, that they're randomly going to test you and they're going to know why you're doing all right? I'm just kidding, guys. He's clean. He's clean. I'm just kidding.
Keep saying that, Scott.
But it's cool, man. This is a awesome bike, and it's really cool to see that you're so passionate about it. Another form of bike riding,
so
other
much
than
fun.
BMX and 16-inch BMX.
It is literally almost as fun as riding 16 inches.
It's pretty fun.
No, it just feels like BMX racing. It really is. This is like, BMX racing, but you kind of have some forgiveness.
Mm-hmm. It lasts a lot longer.
You got some of the bounce factor.
That's cool, man. Well, we're excited to see what happens next week.
Yeah.
It is going down, guys. We are finally back to working on this ramp. It is not a great day. You can see it's pretty gray outside, but we're making it work. Matty is putting a serious weld on right now. He's been holding this thing for like 2 minutes straight now. As you can see, we have the generator, we have the welder out right here. Matty is loving it. We removed the lip piece, BK and Matty did, and now they're just working on getting this part ready. How's it look?
Welded.
How many welds you guys got so far?
I think 5 or 6.
Yeah, I would say that's definitely adequate, man. And look at that, Matt. That looks pretty legit. All you welders out there, you guys can critique Matty all you want on that one, but yeah, it looks really good. And it's nice and flush too, and that was the biggest thing, keeping this deck flush with that part, because this is literally going to be our deck across here. So it looks nice though. I think you guys did a really good job.
Yeah, we ended up having to trim the corner because that's what was kind of stopping it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so we flushed that, and now it's...
Oh, that's great, man. Good job, BK. I know you're the one who came up with all the ideas, right?
No.
Wow, even when I give you the idea.
I'm just a muscle.
Yeah, you are the muscle.
I just hold it.
There ain't nothing wrong with that, BK. Looking really good right now. I'm so impressed. I literally just got here. I was actually working on something myself, but seeing this, man, like that gets me super motivated. And I think this is going to be a solid ramp when all said and done. And I'm excited to see the guys ride it, but we still have a lot of work to do. And framing this is definitely the next battle. I want to show you guys the rust. It's been out here for probably 4 or 5 days. It's been raining. I'm gonna show you how much rust has already accumulated. You can see on the edges right there, on the top part where the welds are, it's definitely starting to rust. So we have to grind it down whatever we need to weld. And that's what the boys were doing before. That's what you can see. There's so much markings there on there. So what's the game plan now? What's the next step?
I'm gonna clean this.
We're gonna clean this first because we messed up. We put it together.
Is it hard to clean it?
Let's clean this. So we couldn't get
hard
like
to get the
super
edges
in
right
there. It worked, but
yeah,
you just couldn't get like in there really good. So we're gonna clean it while it's on the ground and clean this while there's nothing up.
BK's gonna do his thing. So the lip is now into place. On this side, it looks pretty flush. Doesn't look bad at all. But once you get into the center part, you can see there's a good amount of gap right there. So we got to get that thing perfectly flush because, like I said, that's going to be the top deck. So to pull that down, what's going to be our game plan? How are we going to go about this? I do not know. How do we pull something down when there's nothing to wrench it down to? Well, we're going to get very creative. Since there's nothing to wrench it down to, we're going to come up with a way of doing this. Should be pretty cool.
No.
All right, guys, look at this strap setup. There is a total of 3 straps that are on there. Now, you can see the one in the center that has the rusty beam across it. The goal is for BK to pull down like this, so it lowers down, the other part raises up, and then Matty's going to try to weld this thing on.
So embarrassing.
Is it really? Just because it's not perfect?
It's not perfect.
But
this one went on so perfect. This one is just a lot less perfect.
This is how it goes, man. That's how a good fabricator becomes a great fabricator.
This, you know?
So are you gonna weld the center first then, like the closed parts, while Brooklyn pulls it down?
I'm gonna at least try it.
Okay.
The issue is I don't have a whole lot of room to
What if you
work with up in between.
No, just get the outside ones on the outside of those, best you can. That's all you can do.
Start working my way out, I guess.
You didn't grind the center parts down either, right?
No,
Does that matter?
Well, we didn't anticipate this. Well, we grinded this center,
All right.
but we didn't.
But it's not right
anticipate
there.
all that. So
All right.
this
well,
stuff seems to be matching up really well. So
Yeah, it
I'm not
looks
even all
good.
too worried about it.
it looks nice. Good. That's all you can do. Let's see what happens. Come on, stop crying and start welding.
So embarrassing.
It's fine.
And the best part, I didn't do it.
Best part, Brooklyn's just doing his thing, the muscle still.
He's all the welder, so.
Well, you cut them.
Oh, that's a good
That's not my
point.
business.
Actually,
That's a good point.
Actually, I did not cut this one because
I like it because that one, that one in particular, I
For
know.
some reason, I didn't cut that middle
No,
one.
I didn't cut any of the ribs. I only cut the ribs because I wasn't here that day. It was you and Corey.
Oh,
Fair
that's a
enough,
good
it was
point.
Corey.
Good job. It's
Could be
Corey's
Corey.
fault. Wherever he is right now, he's doing shows. But Matty's got to switch up a couple different spots to try to get it to lock down. This is a wishful thinking idea. We have no idea if it's actually going to work or not. So Matty moved on from the middle, and now he's just finishing the edges. He already did the other one, so as soon as he wraps up this weld, we'll be able to check it out and see how he did. Moment of truth. It's not perfect, guys, but it's better than it was. At least we can get maybe some material on there, you know, to be nice and flat. So now we are moving on from the top deck, and we are starting to mess around with the supports. As you can see, they're measuring underneath there to try to come up with a way to keep this thing in place so it doesn't shift over. So coming up with a quick little measurement. Does it look about even? Because the best way to do it would be measure up from the ground.
You have to measure up to a certain height.
Yeah, because right now it's just kind of winging it. You don't even know. Yeah, you're literally ballparking it right now.
Did everything.
I'm like, we could just adjust it a little bit, right? Nobody's gonna see where the supports are. You know, once it's built, you're never gonna see where the supports are.
Yeah, if it stays right, well, kind of. It's gonna be out in the open right there.
To be fair, as long as the support touches the middle, it doesn't matter where it goes on here. It's gonna be the same.
You
same
say so,
thing.
Matt.
So, yeah, we're good.
All right, I'll leave it up to you.
measurement.
There is definitely some shoddy work still going on here. Don't let that professional-looking welded ram fool you guys. There is some very half-you-know-what going on. Especially with Matty, he tends to rush things. So especially when like he's close to the edge, he starts rushing to get there. But we'll make it all right. I'll be the one that steps in if it gets too out of line. But so far, whatever, they're having fun.
You're really not supposed to film this.
I am filming this. I want people to see what
So
you're doing.
embarrassing.
No, but it's only embarrassing because you're making it embarrassing. You're at the point where you're starting to rush it. I understand.
I'm not even gonna
No need to. I'm seeing it. You no need to explain what you're doing. So Matty's definitely doing this. He's just kind of he's just letting up a little bit.
I'm just not worrying about the things I don't need to be worried about. At the end of the day, this is still gonna get attached exactly how it's supposed to get
So
attached.
are you gonna trim the edge at least right there?
No,
That's
I'm
hanging
not
off.
gonna trim the edge.
You're gonna leave that?
I'm leaving the edge. What's the point? It's under the ramp. It's not gonna damage anything.
At least halfway through this one, cut it halfway through here, and then match the other one up that's level with it at least.
Why?
So then you can make the other one match up perfectly even with it going that way.
That would be for no reason.
Dude,
Just to make them meet up and say, like,
you're gonna
I'll
see
take
the
next
side
one
of
and
it.
Just put it a little lower.
You're gonna see the side of it.
You're not gonna see this. Nobody's gonna look down here.
Look at everybody's looking down there right now.
I'm gonna put a sheet of plywood on the side, and nobody will even have any idea.
I'm trying to say.
You have to.
Yes, you do.
You can just be attached
Do
here,
it.
and we'll have a good
All right,
day.
we'll check it in a second. BK will gladly cut it for you, right, BK?
No, we won't.
I mean,
Yeah, see?
I just don't see the point.
Do it.
I
It'll
really
look
don't.
clean. It'll look at least professional from the side.
Why?
Just do it.
Why though? You're never gonna film a video from under the spine.
I just did.
You're not.
I literally just filmed the video from under the spine, Matt. It's
Okay,
not,
well, never
there's
again.
never. So, yeah, I told you I was going to step up when needed to be. I want this thing to actually not be a hack. I want to look
I'll do it.
presentable. Like Mike Laird is watching this video, and he's going to be
Cutting.
so disappointed with me. Do it right now. Come on, BK, help him out. Stop
cutting.
laughing at him, dude. Stop Stop, Matt.
that doesn't even sound good.
Got it.
So Matty finished it up, and we're gonna check it out for the first time. I don't have high expectations right now. You guys shouldn't either. Just as expected, he did one on top of the other. Will it be sufficient? Yes.
Perfect.
Is it pretty? Absolutely not. What are you gonna do, guys? I expect the same thing on that side.
Yep.
So Brooklyn's in charge of getting the welder in the right area, so Matty can finish doing what he's doing. The muscle.
Okay with that.
Now we have to add a beam into the middle right now. So he's gonna go grab a piece that's the right size, or close to it at least. So Matty's gonna hang outside of his cage though for a little bit. Oh, that was easy. Brooklyn just made the cut. Matty's napping inside the cage. 36?
Yep.
Just want to show everybody what your game plan is, Matt.
Hopefully that was a hot
Something like that.
side. Well, he's crooked
Kind
as
of.
hell. He's crooked as hell.
It should do the job though. But yeah, for the most part, we're gonna
That's
weld
about
it
it.
from there and then straight to the bottom part to try to give it some support because it's kind of sketchy. Show the flex, BK. Let's show you bouncing around on it real quick so you can see how much this thing is flexing. That is not good at all.
Not when I'm done with it.
Well, we'll see. You look like you're not doing much right now.
Hand me my welder.
I don't know if that's proven.
I have no idea what he's doing now.
I guess he's using it as a jungle gym now.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Well, he's been in there for quite a time. I think he's losing his mind. So Matty welded it up, and here's the bounce test. Definitely looks pretty solid. I would say it's good, right? What do you guys think? Are we almost ready to be sheeting?
I think you can.
Ow!
Is it time to sheet?
Think so?
That's great news.
Guess what?
What?
You'll be doing that all by yourself tomorrow.
All right.
Because I'll be at the shop.
BK's gonna be working.
Sounds like a good time to me. I love working.
It's good. I'm glad that we're ready to go, man.
Unless you wait till Thursday.
We're gonna get this thing sheeted
I'm
up.
not
But
waiting.
sheeting this is gonna be interesting because like the middle beam is gonna be our biggest issue because sheeting this face of it, because you're gonna have a 4-foot sheet of wood. So that's gonna come to what, about right here-ish. So it's not gonna have any corner. So we really gotta think this through
What
and
if
come
you
up with a
go the
game
other
plan.
way with the plywood?
There's ways to do this, and we're gonna have to do some thinking about it. I'm not even too sure.
I'm never worried about it.
I know you're not worried about it. That's what it is, though. We're gonna get a ramp riding hopefully this week. I can't see why it wouldn't be this week. Sheeting it with the plywood, and then sheeting it with the gator skin material that we use, the outside material. That's all we got to do, and this thing is going to be ripping. I'm so excited to see how this adds up. Having that set up right there with the gap onto that big bank, getting speed for this, sending it over. Corey's not going to be here, so Matty's just going to be putting on a demo on this thing. So guys, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video I threw together for you guys. We're going to film another one for you tomorrow, so we'll see you then. Peace.